Hey, Prowler Nation, it's Pastor Joel once again. We are here for episode 15. I have on my Seattle Seahawks gear. I wore this several years ago when they were defeated by the Patriots with the Malcolm Butler interception at the goal line. With that said, I begin today's episode with a quote from the great Winston Churchill at the Harrow School in 1941, where Winston Churchill said, "Never give in. Never give in, never, 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 in nothing great or small, large or petty, never give in." History says that Winston Churchill was the patron saint of perseverance. I would have to add Sam Darnold's name to that particular statement. Why? Because we see a guy drafted third overall pick by the New York Jets. He plays there for 3 years. We all know the Jets organization, all the things that surround that, it didn't go well. Then Sam Darnold was with the Panthers. Then he was with the 49ers. Then he was with the Vikings. And he finally lands with the Seattle Seahawks. Do you realize that they went the entire postseason without a turnover? First time that's ever happened. So I share his story today because many athletes, just like you, are going to be tempted to quit. You're going to be tempted that when things don't go your way, even though you are highly heralded out of high school, you are going to be the next best thing, and maybe things initially doesn't turn out well. Most kids walk away. My challenge to you today is to look to guys like a Sam Darnold and say, I need to stay the course until I've exhausted every measure of energy, passion, and talent that I have. Let me give you 3 things to think about today. Number 1, relentless focus on the process over the result. Again, I don't know if Sam Darnold had this dream or vision that he was going to wind up being a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I don't know. But what I do know is that he stayed in the league. He kept working. He kept learning. He sat behind guys like the guy for the 49ers and others, and were willing, and he was willing to learn. He was willing to take his reps, not as many as a starter, and just learn the game all over. Why? Because what had happened before has to be a blow to your confidence. But what he did, he was willing to stay the course. Secondly, cultivating a growth mindset through failure. All of us are going to fail. I don't care what you attempt to do in life, whether it's athletics or academics or some type of professional level job. All of us are going to struggle at times. Sam Darnold did, but he didn't quit. And that's something that we've tried to instill in our kids. It was something that was instilled in Joe and myself by our parents. And I think it's something that may be lacking or missing today. And I want to encourage you that as a young athlete, just because the odds come against you, just because you don't start your freshman year, just because you don't get your way initially, doesn't mean that God doesn't still have plans for you. And then lastly, developing a strong internal why. Why do I continue to do this? Is this part of my dream or is it someone else's dream? You have to be willing to answer those hard questions because you're the one that's going to have to put in the even harder work. That means that we're willing to stay the course. We're willing to persevere. We are willing to be patient. One of the things as I watched the game last night is Sam Darnold as he led the offense, and it was tough at times. New England Patriots have a great defense, but so does Seattle. But when you look at the entire scope of work of what has happened this season, both for the Patriots and for the Seattle Seahawks, the Patriots did not play a very hard schedule, but the Seattle Seahawks did. Understanding and knowing sometimes you have to embrace the hard schedule, the hard workouts, the hardness of just becoming the athlete that God wants you to become. So again, the next time you feel like quitting, think about a guy named Sam Darnold who played for the Jets, the Panthers, the 49ers, and the Vikings before he finally found his place. Maybe that's what you're doing right now. You're just praying to find your place. It is our hope through Prowler Nation that you will find your place. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope it's an encouragement to you as you continue your journey as a student athlete. God bless you guys. And I pray that you will stay the course and finish well.